Yeah. So why did Inshur pick New York City for that first product and launch?
So it's something that's been kind of near and dear to me.
Hmm.
And so maybe I'll tell you a little bit about myself and how I
Sure.
landed here. Um, so yeah, I mean, I started my career on Wall Street. I'm a New Yorker. Been
Hmm.
living here for quite some time. And my family are immigrants, and I came as a little kid to the U.S. So a lot of my family has kind of driven a cab to get to the American dream. And so transportation, passenger transportation, has always kind of held this place in my heart because, like any immigrant, regardless of who they are, regardless of language or
Yeah.
education, can get a start and kind of make a living in the transportation space. So I had someone in my family invest in a little insurance agency that catered
Hmm.
to passenger transportation risks. And they asked me if I could come and check this out. And what I saw was this was around 2016. There was tons of Uber and Lyft drivers entering the market at that point. And
Yeah.
I just thought, the way by which they had to get their insurance was often misunderstood. It was just slow and barbaric. And we wanted to bring transparency and technology and customer service to the market. And I think we've
Hmm.
done that.
Yeah. I mean, I think when people think about insurance companies, obviously you think about usually not so great interactions, right? Like it's not that fun getting a new quote. It's not that fun getting into an accident, actually, especially for Uber and Lyft drivers, it's a terrible situation because you have to deal with the accident, but also now your main, option for making money is now in the shop, right? So it's sort of like a double whammy in that sense. And, I think it's interesting too in New York, right? Like you mentioned, a lot of drivers are full time and need to be licensed. So I know insurance, for example, is much more expensive in New York just at a baseline, right? I mean, what are like some of the typical costs or baselines are we looking at here for like the average, commercial Uber and Lyft driver in New York City?
Yeah, so depending on your driving record and the type of vehicle you drive, you're
Hmm.
looking anywhere between like low 3,000s to maybe 4,000s per year. And if you
Yeah.
have multiple drivers in your car, that may sort of go up. If you're driving sort of an expensive vehicle like a Tesla, your full coverage may cost you a bit more than that. But that's kind of the range that you're talking about, $3,000 is sort of the range.
Yeah. So what specifically was there one, you talked about this encounter. Was that what sort of made you start Insure, or what kind of gave you the impetus to really kind of say, hey, this is a problem, but not only this is a problem, but this is something I need to fix?
Yeah, so witnessing the way by which these drivers had to get their insurance just seemed
Hmm.
very barbaric to me. It
Yeah.
was mostly done through pen and paper, through specialty brokers, and the process was just super, super slow, super analog. And I felt like there was sort of a calling, right? Because a lot of these drivers felt like they were getting ripped off. The brokers would
Yeah.
take advantage of them. There would be all sorts of fees and sort of add-ons that they weren't aware of. And I just wanted to sort of bring fairness and ease of use and transparency to the marketplace. So today our motto is to make insurance fair and easy.
Hmm.
We've since expanded away from just doing rideshare in New York, but that's
Hmm.
sort of the motto by which we live on. And yeah, I mean, this to me was the calling and the impetus for just let's bring some technology, let's make things quick. There's
Yeah.
no reason why these drivers should have to come to niche brokers and fill out stacks of forms.
Yeah.
So I just thought this was a massive opportunity for us.
Yeah. Well, I think especially too, anytime you hear or see paperwork, like physical, actual paperwork being done, there's usually some sort of opportunity to improve or disrupt or make things more efficient. In your mind, is there one thing that stands out that you hear from the drivers that you're talking to or your customers at Insure? Is there one reason why they're coming to you and they're saying, hey, wow, these guys are the cheapest or these guys have the best customer service? I'm sure you feel that there are a lot of positive aspects of your business, but what if there is one thing? What's the one thing that you think your customers really care about?
Yeah, so we're definitely not the cheapest. We're definitely not the most expensive. We try to be sort
Hmm.
of fair in our pricing. I'd say the reason why most customers come to us is it's fair and it's easy, right?
Yeah.
It's quick. We make it super simple enough for these drivers to understand the coverage.
Hmm.
Insurance is complicated. Most people don't
Right.
know what coverages they have. I've been doing this for some time and I still get confused by all the terminology. So it's a
Yeah.
complicated industry and we don't make it easy on ourselves. So we just try to be simple and fair and quick, and sort of the ease of use, I'd say, is the number one factor here.
Yeah. And what makes it easy? I mean, for example, I believe you guys have an app that I think drivers can download. I don't know too many, like you said, I'm guessing most of the time these drivers in New York City have to go to an office or fill in pen and paper. Can you talk about some of the specifics that make it fair and easy?
Yeah, absolutely. So in New York, you can download our app if you're a professional driver.
Hmm.
You scan your professional license. You can link we have partnerships with a few rideshare platforms that we
Hmm.
work with. You can link your platform account with our
Cool.
app, and we can confirm coverage for those platforms. And so a lot of times we know which vehicle you're driving.
Hmm.
We know, and we're sort of able to give you a quote within, I think 2 minutes is our fastest time to sort of
Yeah.
get a quote and purchase a policy. So this can actually be done super, super quickly.
Got it. That's cool. So, what types of drivers are using Insure at the moment? I mean, you mentioned it sounds like New York City is a big market. Is it, beyond? I guess there's geography, but I guess there's also, there's certain types of drivers, full time versus part time, or what have you found?
Yeah, so for us, we've been focusing on the professional segment.
Okay.
We're in New York, we're in the UK, so London's our second biggest market.
Hmm.
We have an offering in Amsterdam and mainland Europe. But in the rideshare segment, professional drivers is what we've been focusing on.
Yeah.
But later this year, we're going to be launching a new sort of more an insurance product geared towards the more sort of gig economy type
Hmm.
driver. And that's going to have different type of coverages and different sort of features in terms of what we cover,
Yeah.
that we're pretty excited about. So that's kind of the rideshare segment. We also have a product for last mile delivery drivers
Hmm.
that's currently live in the UK, and it's coming soon to the US as well. And soon we'll be launching a contractor product. So for your plumber or electrician or some, the professional contractors is the next product for us.
Hmm. Very cool.